really honest to God diehards. I mean,
Absolutely.
Look, I'm a shout out one time my boy Woo Smoke in the chat. MT Woo
yes,
Smoke.
Sir.
He was already in the chat. Curves is in the chat. They got a lot of diehards in the chat already, and you know that they love themselves some Rise, and they put on for them.
Yeah, there's so many of them too, and we know them by name. That's how passionate and vocal they are, is the fact that we know. Obviously, you know, a lot of those have been OGs in the past, but you know, like I just look through the list. I'm like, yeah, this guy likes Rise, this guy likes Rise, this guy likes Rise. It's just easy to point them out, but that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, right? Take pride in the team you love to represent. Off to the start, though, we got a major battle between Moaries and DeToX for this M-bar, and DeToX is going to win that. That's scary for Noble off the rip, because DeToX with the M-bar, he very rarely misses. I mean, rarely misses. He's incredible.
I like how DeToX was about to go down the middle stairwell, and then he said, nah, let me go over here and make sure we solidify these far right spawns. Let me make sure I get these spawns under control. He's calling out at least two. I don't know if he knows the third is there as well, but they actually call the audible right now with the line of scrimmage. I like that. Cellz kind of playing that quarterback position. He says, look, they've got one in front of us. We don't know how many players are guarding the hill as of right now. They might have the 90 degree if they can rotate as quick as we can, but let's have faith in the team retake. And here comes four players into the hill very quickly. They're going to get the kill. They're going to get the trash time, but more importantly, they need to pressure up on a DeToX, try to flip these spawns out.
Oh, Avexys, you got to get the second. He will. Great job. Lava's body. Avexys knows this. He gets the finish. Very, very well done from Avexys, keeping his head on a swivel. One more to get through, but Avexys single-handedly, I know the M-bar shot helps, Colin, but he single-handedly locks this side of the map down, which definitely and definitively gives Rise control of the next. Noble pushes down low, almost looks as if they're going for the scrap time, but they just want to attack that bottom side. So round two, here we go against Rushiez and Avexys.
There's going to be a double flash here. They're going to try to throw them both toward Rushiez at the backside. Oh, no, they actually go one to the top side just to try to stop the Lancer, but neither gets the stun. And you see some pop shots come out early. And this has been a dominant performance. Rushiez goes for the melee, just try to get it down. Maybe a quick meat shield off. Not going to be able to get either one of those, but it's a trade, and it's a 3v3 left on the map here for the secondary fight over the hill. And I like the angle from Avexys. He's the power player. He's the linchpin of this defense. He's got the setup. They do get the close spawn, though, so they're going to have the four players in the fight a little bit quicker than Rise will. They're pushing into the window now, and I like the marks. I like the extra team fire. Avexys playing his life for as long as he can go, trying to stay up in this situation. Gets the shot on, but goes down to Mortifies, and now it'll be left up to the rest of Rise to try to win what's left of this hill.
Yeah, this is going to be big for them. DeToX has a nice off angle, but it's not going to be enough. Good spacing from Cellz. Noble will take the trash, or excuse me, the scrap time once again, Colin. Avexys trying to get that pick on the M-bar before Cellz and them gun them down, but unfortunately doesn't get away, at least as of now. But Icy's there for round two, and Avexys, he's dipping out, leaving Icy on the ground, as well as Morty, and connects onto Moaries. And that was the best play. Avexys heads up, knows I need to get out of here. I provide value by getting out with the M-bar instead of losing my life. That's exactly what he does. And Noble, once again, not securing the M-bar and also not securing the beginning portions of the next hill.
I think Avexys needs to back up here. Don't put yourself too close to the fight. Don't give yourself a chance to get Rhodey strafed. That good shot onto Cellz, though. I like how they actually baited Cellz across the hill to get him outside of the smoke. They baited him into a sight line. And with that quick kill onto Cellz, look how quickly the rest of Noble sat down. They're going to take a moment to think about this. You're going to see a lot of points gather up for Rise in this situation. If they get the rest of these, it's going to be 160 or so, maybe to 23. Just a dominant performance. Avexys with another kill. They can't wait on this one now. They can't sit down again. They can't keep giving up on these hills and these points. Lava with a big body shot. Avexys looking to try to catch him with one more. Marking it up and getting the shot on. That's 3 great kills to help defend this hill. Moaries with a beautiful bounce and a shot will still finally go down to DeToX, and another team fight in for Rise, and a pretty much full hill hold here in the bottom left.
And one thing that Noble needs to focus on, aside from challenging the hills earlier on, is they've got to get the M-bar out of the hands of Avexys. They've got to get the M-bar out of the hands of DeToX. They're too devastating with it. They truly are. Whether it's for the rotation, whether it's for the hill eliminations, as we just witnessed with Avexys connecting on some phenomenal shots. That M-bar, too much of a difference maker. Get it out of the hands of Rise. Noble, for the first time, though, in our first couple of hills, are going to establish themselves on statue early on. It should be great for them. We look at the overall eliminations, though, across the board. It's pretty even, albeit Avexys does have 11, but I think the biggest takeaway is Rise is getting more eliminations and capitalizing more so on the hill itself than Noble is.
I like this positioning from Rise. They've actually baited the full push from this side of the map, and you see how they were showing a lot of attention over to that side, trying to get the angles out on those two players still coming in from the inside, but a beautiful shot grenade from the middle gets one down. The second shot comes over the top, gets the second, and I mean, that's easy pickings, baby. You might as well line up. You might as well be lemurs jumping off a cliff. You might as well be chickens going into the slaughterhouse, my man. You're going to have some wings tonight.
Ooh, love me some wings too. Put some barbecue sauce on those wings. Oh my God, I'm in heaven. And I just went to the gym. I need me some wings. Matter of fact, I'm about to order me some wings, okay? And I'm about to have them here. I'm gonna be eating them during the second series. I promise you. Noble's going for the break attempt. Utility's gonna be thrown out. The fact that they established so early and Rise got the break so well just kind of is a testament to how good Rise has been playing as a team, winning their team fights, capitalizing on their in-bar plays. A lot is going right for those boys. Cellz last alive, but he's putting up one hell of a fight. Full red goes for some more damage on Rushiez and will be shut down. I believe Noble gets, what, I don't know, 5-6 points from that hill, but Rise gets the bulk of it, and they're about to break 200 already.
I really like that play from Cellz. He played the front middle of the map, or front middle of the hill, excuse me, and stayed unmarked. He lived for an extra 5-10 seconds. Had he been marked up, they'd have gotten easy shots onto him, maybe even the kill finished. And instead, he stays alive forever and a day and has a chance to get at least one kill in that secondary fight at the hill. Rushiez, though, pulls the snub, gets pulled out, baited out just a hair. They get it down. They're going to have to double team fire onto Cellz, and Lava try to get downs onto him. Lava with a double down now. He's got one more to go before he's fully out, but the shot over the cover gets the kill on him. Couldn't take it in time, and now it's up to Cellz just to hold down this back spawn area.
Good read from Rushiez. Good spacing. Knew exactly where Cellz was going to go. Read him like a book. Now Icy's against Moaries. Moaries will take him down. Great shot. Yeah, I thought Icy in that position would have the advantage, but Moaries reads it even better. Rise now has to break the hill. You got Rushiez and DeToX is going to be on the outside. Moaries wants to get them out of positioning, push them back as much as they can, establish this zone as far as they can. That's going to be a great shot onto Rushiez to get him out of the way. And Ice is going to have to fight back, push Noble back if they can. This has been one of the best attempts Noble has done to kind of capitalize off of one hill, and they're doing a great job doing so. Avexys does have that in-bar. He's down. Good elimination. Who took down Avexys? Either way, great shot.
Yeah, but Avexys able to backpack it, so this is a good hill hold. This gets them a decent amount of time. Defense out of Noble, picture perfect here. It nets them to me at least a team fight or so, give or take an extra kill across the map. I really like that, but the problem is they're having to sit so long on it. They can't really give up but so much trash time over to the side of Rise that you see Rise having free reign to get set up on the opposite side of the map. Get ready to get set up and just lancer out anybody that pushes into this fight. And you can already tell right here with Icy playing this back pillar with Rushiez, this back little cubby corner by the shovel. These two players are going to be able to shut down any offensive push out of Noble if they get even one down, one kill over here.
Target my mark.
I see creating that separation. Cellz. This isn't going to be easy for Noble, Colin. Yeah, they're going to have to attack this right side. That's the best option. Get Rushiez out of that spot if they can. Oh no! DeToX, great connection with the frag. Takes down Mortifies and Moaries. Man, that is not a good look at all. That's tough, Colin, because that was their only attempt. And to the credit, though, they knew that. DeToX knew exactly where Noble needed to hit. He threw that frag perfectly connected. Now Noble, they spawn out. This is not the moment to be spawning out as far as they are. They're too far down.
I'm going to throw this out there. The teamwork on that, I wish we were in the comms. The way that Icy and Rushiez kept baiting out shots where they'd poke their head up over the cover, and then once they got hit a couple of times and they backed up, it was almost like a great bait switch where they knew that they were going to get those players to push up, and DeToX could throw the nade into the backside of that cubby corner to try to get a kill. He throws the nade after the down, gets one kill and some damage onto Cellz, trying to get that angle, trying to get the double bounce in. DeToX needs one more shot on it, won't be able to get it. Here comes Icy to try his hand at it. He walks up, he says, I know you're damaged enough. I'm going to be able to take your first shot unless you hit a perfect one. Get the down and the kill here. I really like the communication and the teamwork and the fire from Rise. They are playing like a madman.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, this is the intensity and kind of the dominating performance that I've seen them play against Dream Conspiracy. And again, you know, Dream Conspiracy, you know, you say what you will, they're still a great team, but Rise showed a lot that went right for them. Their teamwork, their ability to prioritize power weapons as they've done here. I mean, everything goes so well. And Icy and Lava, a bit of a scuffle, and Icy wins that once again. This round very well could lose, or excuse me, be over with by this hill alone. Noble has one more attempt left. They're going to try their best to go through. Frags are going to be out. Icy's going to get at least a tag on a 1 and an elimination. Moaries on the outside, 10 points away. This is their final chance, and they got to be flawless from this point. We know that Icy putting on a clinic finally gone. DeToX moves in. Moaries gets the finish. Rushiez there for added entrance. Now 1v2. Noble stays alive, but for how much longer?
They're going to get a few more seconds on this hill, but like you said, less than 10 seconds to go for Rise. Rise could literally just either get trash time on this one, or if not enough players rotate over to get into that secondary. Oh my, that's what I'm talking about, by the way. DeToX waited in the wings, saw Lava pull the Lancer to try to shoot his teammates across the map, rolls right up on him, absolutely approaches him, and gets the kill. And now with not enough people rotating over and having to stay in that hill for so very long, Lava's going to have a 1v3 to try to survive for as long as he can to try to get Cellz over into the area. There's the down. There's the out. DeToX wins on the opposite side of the map. Ladies and gentlemen, Rise, they're going to win map number 1 quite handedly.
Yep, up 1-0 in the series, Colin, and like you said, quite handily, 300 to 134. Everything went right for them. Truthfully, everything went right. The M-bar, by the way, never went into the hands of Noble once. Not once. Avexys was dropped, as you mentioned, but he was able to backpack the M-bar before Noble can get their hands on it. That M-bar was devastating, whether it was Avexys, whether it was DeToX. You even look at the frags in certain situations. Prioritizing those lanes is something Rise has done always done very well and effectively on Regency control. That was their bread and butter, even when we were doing the control tournaments, the testing, when we were still in escalation only competitive. So Rise, they haven't skipped a beat. You called them the kings of control. I agree with you, and they just exemplified that great performance.
I mean, you'd have thought they were King Arthur having a hold down Camelot. They said, you coming up in my kingdom? You gonna play me on Regency map 1? You must be out your ever-loving mind to come at me in map 1 with Regency.
Right.
They did exactly what we expected them to. If I go to my little judges card over here, I had it team fighted up at 9-4. So they got off an hour early. They didn't exactly work the 9-5, but only 4 team fights. A lot of those team fights for Noble came through in either final retakes or an early rotation. I think only 2 of them were full defensive, and it was both on this hill right here where we see Avexys playing at. It was on that hill about mid-game where they got that entire hill. They played two defensive stands there. They had an early retake team fight, and then right at the end, they got a couple of kills to get that last final mid-neutral Rose Garden hill. So that's why they only got 4. But, I mean, if you think about it, that's a lot better than some teams do against Rise.
No, absolutely, man. And I think the biggest thing for me, man, is, again, it's just you're looking at even the replays, brother. It's literally a Rise highlight reel. That's seriously what it is. Who stood out to you, though, as the best performer? I mean, for me, it comes down to Avexys or DeToX. Avexys was doing such a good job holding his ground on certain hills. DeToX was just doing DeToX things. I think overall, DeToX probably the biggest slayer. But on you, at least from your perspective from Rise, who gave the biggest performance?
I mean, is that even a question? I told you my man Avexys was dialed in. I told you he was locked
That's true, you did.
And we saw it early and often. DeToX said, look, I'm going to get the MVP of the map, but Avexys, you going to do the work, baby. You going to make us look good, and you going to make this absolutely easy. But, you know, sometimes you got to pick up a little MVP now and then. I think my man DeToX, by the way, had 15 downs. And for those of you that don't know, I'm going to keep harping on this all night. Tomorrow is Op 8, baby. You better be ready for that damage scoreboard. You better be ready to see who's putting up and who's shutting up.
Bro, and the first blood, as we're heading into execution too, that first blood stat is going to be incredible because now we get the narrative, Colin, okay? Hey, look them directly in the eyes. Let them know Operation 8 is going to be a ton of fun. It drops tomorrow. You guys got to get your hands on it, obviously, and just play. See how you guys like it. And hey, even in the public lobbies, I'm sure, and in the rank lobbies, Colin, you get too intense. You're about to black out, man. Hold up a second. I don't want to lose my co-commentator, all right?
I'm feeling it, though. I'm feeling
matches, those ranked matches, Colin, you better believe people are going to now be called out, okay? Because I'm picking up the eliminations. Brother, look at your DPS. You're picking up the final 3% on the player, okay? You're taking the kills. You're taking the eliminations, okay? So I guarantee you things are going to start getting spicy, all right? You're not going to be able to hide behind a little wall because you don't have the stats anymore. Now you're going to have the stats, the ones that matter.
I can't wait to see Ribs and Drix be the highest paid players in the league, by the way. This is going to be nice when the two of them get picked up, when we start seeing the kind of damage they were able to put out. Seeing it, they're going to get monster contracts. You thought KD was getting paid a lot? Just wait until they see the kind of damage Ribs and Drix can put out. I'm throwing it out there, baby.
Hey, who else? Who else are we seeing come back? Ribs, Drix. Who else?
It could be, I mean, it could be anybody. You could have the light. I mean, Prison could come back. Prison could come back. He had one of the best Lancers in Gears 1. He could come back, make an absolute splash. He could come right back up through the ranks and make one of the biggest splashes in the game. We could always, of course, who else is out there in the retirement home? We could try our best. Now that Execution's back, we got a single life game mode. We could say, hey, look, Nick Mertz, after your birthday, Nick or after your barbecue, after the M-Fan barbecue, just pick up a challenger team, baby. You could probably make it to Monday.
Oh, could you imagine Nick Merckx still playing in the Challengers? That would be just great.
I want you to know everybody on his stream would be like, you didn't just get a spot. They didn't just give you a spot, my dude.
Right? Could you imagine? Oh, yeah, Deserto article. I guarantee you, bro. Like, it'd be coming up. Hey, you got to earn your spot, all right, when it comes to Gears, okay? There's a lot of passion here. Nothing is given. Nothing is guaranteed. Tomb coming up. Execution. Where do we think the chances are for Noble at least, right? Because we're going back into a map that Rise has a lot of history on, okay? And not the greatest history either. Up 5-2 during mid-split playoffs against Vanquish, only to lose 4 straight rounds, take the L, final map of MSP, and therefore solidifying them as the second place team, VQ as the first. But that aside, Rise still plays Tomb incredibly well.
Well, I really honestly think that Noble had to have gone back and watched their footage. One of the things that Rise did very well, not against Noble, but one of Noble's favorite strats, was they put double players on that torque bow, going for a body block. Rise, if they watch the footage and Noble continues to do that, that's an easy Lancer down and damage. They're going to be able to get that kill. And Rise, on the opposite hand, they played a little bit slow over to that torque bow bottom side of the map. They were a little bit late to the punch down there, which is what Vanquish came back and bit them in the butt with a lot. They need to be able to answer that, and they need to be able to recognize if Noble has changed their ways or if they're throwing out the same strats.
Well, we'll definitely find out. I believe in Noble. Look, they have shown a lot of great promise in the past. Their execution game isn't bad at all. If there's anything they're going to take, hey, execution needs to be one of them. Escalation could be a bit, I don't know, bit awkward, especially with it being training grounds. Rise has been playing that very well. Their Overlook fight is incredible, plus their ability to place those the shock and the instant center line. It throws off teams. Even still, I know it's in the meta already. You know, it's kind of been one of those things that some teams now, you know, kind of try and go for, but Rise does it so well that it really discombobulates the teams, at least in my opinion. Morty, though, off the rip. Oh, no, watch your right! Rushiez goes for the elimination, and he's going to get it. Morty didn't see him coming, unfortunately. Torquebow gone. Noble down to just Lava and Moaries, he's caught out. Lava's already gone. It's a 3v1.
3v1, and they're going to be able to collapse on Moaries here very quickly. He goes to that up A. He's going to try to take that extra cover, trying to go at Rushiez. He gets taken down. That's a fantastic job. First Blood converts it in. Rise doing a fantastic job. Morty not paying attention to his surroundings, gets caught slipping. That was a good first shot, though. A great chance for them to try to get that early pick, that First Blood elimination. They just have to be a little bit closer to understanding his surroundings. He has to be able to have... He needs those Astros turned up. Wait a minute. Hold up. If you want the best and most crispiest clear sound on the planet, you better get yourself over to astrogaming.com, baby.
Oh, he would have heard him coming. 100% hear him coming, all right? Hey, you got to get tournament ready, man, with those Astros. Rushiez, look at this. Another instance where you got to turn up your Astros Lava. You got Rushiez flanking you. You got to hear that. Luckily, it is going to be a 2v1, so Noble might be okay in this moment. I see, though, evens it up. Morty will be dropped off. Lava now forced to push straight into Rushiez, but Lancer down. Moaries by himself. And I got to say, this is one of those rare times, it might be maybe a handful of times I've seen this, a player flank on Tomb. Rushiez did that very well.
Rushiez has done a fantastic job. I mean, the way that he's been able to play both maps 1 and 2, he got lost in the sauce a bunch on map number 1, where they kept having to find him at odd angles, rotating around the map, playing a predator position. He's doing the same thing here on execution. They need to do a little bit better a job marking out targets, finding where everybody's going around the map. But for right now, Rise, 2 First Bloods, 2 conversions. Rushiez with a long-range shock. He's going to cut Lava off, force Lava to the middle of the map. And that might be the angle they want, but Avexys gets cleaned up first. And now it's a 4v3 in favor of Noble. And they're going to have to find a quick pick somewhere on the map.
4v3, Lava has the snipe, and he's going to immediately put it to use on a Rushiez to bring it down to a 4v2. Icy and DeToX last alive. One saving grace could be the fact that DeToX does have the torque bow. Noble not letting up with the pressure by any means. Now that the torque bow's gone, Lava goes for Rechow, and he's going to manage to drop DeToX. Might be over with very shortly, albeit a miracle at this point. DeToX by himself 1v4, and Noble plays that picture perfect. Very well done.
Yeah, I really love the fact that Noble was able to get that first pick. They were able to rotate around the map very well, and they stayed kind of wolf-packy a little bit. They were able to stay in two people's pockets. They were saying, look, we're not going to give up any 1Vs across the map. We're not going to give them the ability to push across and get through our Lancer lanes, get through our sight lines, and we lose somebody. Coming into round 4, if I'm Rise, I'm looking to try to challenge that torque bow a little bit. And when I say that, don't mean going for the quick pick and back out. Challenge up, send somebody else down there, and if they send only one player to maybe go down to the Lancer, challenge up on him, get the angle out.
Might be a 2v1 for the torque bow. Let's see how that one's going to run. It's kind of been just getting quick picks, I think, as a whole. No one really going for the damage over there. The big focal point's been on that mid battle and on the sniper, which makes sense. That was something they were doing against VQ pretty consistently in regards, you know, obviously speaking about Rise. Icy rotating around to help out Avexys. Cellz playing ring around Rosie with him. So be a big pick if he can swing it. Maybe one player goes down, the 1-2 punch. It's an awkward fight, and it's going to be a trade. It's now 1v Rushiez versus Lava, and Lava no power weapons. So at this point, you got to favor Rushiez depending how this is played out.
Rushiez has 3 more bolts, and I think what Rushiez could and should do is kind of hang out, allow it to stalemate out a little bit, get to that hill, and use one of these bolts to maybe get that final pick. If you see he's going to challenge up, he's not going to give Lava any time to wait around. Hits that first bolt with the splash damage, gets him a little red, but Lava gets enough of his health back that this is now a full 1v. It's a full ego chow right here, and Rushiez is not slowing down. He said, I'm going to push up on you. Ooh. Lava goes for the double bounce, maybe the up A, but I mean, just going to get shut down by a beautiful back A out of Rushiez. That's going to be their 3rd round on the board.
3rd round on the board, and yeah, like you said, it just came down to an ego chow. Lava did everything he possibly could in that moment. It was a 50-50, and ultimately, Rushiez ends up winning it. Overtime hill is going to be right where the torque bow was at, and Rise knows that hill very, very well. That's what did them in for the MSP. But again, that middle portion is what we've been seeing a lot of emphasis put when it comes to both rosters. And Noble, you know, at least off the start, was trying to go for the quick pick on the torque bow. They've slowed that down, and I think that's because Rushiez has been keeping player 5, Morty, in check overall. But Noble's getting aggressive once again, but is that aggression going to pay off? Well, let's find out. DeToX goes in to get revenge for Avexys. He's going to manage to take that one player. You got Moaries on the opposite end. Icy's there for the help. Cellz and Moaries, though, staying shoulder to shoulder to get away and potentially get the team pickup. But as Moaries drops, things could get devastating, but a missed snipe, and Rushiez will be finished. It's a 2v2, call it.
2v2 with Icy having snipe. It's a pretty dangerous and precarious position for anybody to have to deal with. Sees one hop the cover, calls out that they've got the left. Now he calls out the right as well. Body shot on his Cellz will slow his roll down just a hair. Icy looking for a second body shot. It's going to get Lancered in the back. You see DeToX now try to challenge up. They need to make a play. They need to just pressure on one player, and DeToX has done that now. DeToX is challenged up a little 1v1 a little bit, gets called out by Morty. Cellz still playing the wide angle. I think right now you got to continue to favor Rise. If Icy can hit a body shot here, it's going to give him a definitive edge and maybe a quick down. But look at the way that DeToX challenges it up. They got what they wanted. They separated him out. My God, Noble needed to be a little bit quicker to the punch. Morty had to see that coming. They said, we're going to split them up. We're going to knock them down, divide and conquer. It's as old as the hills in Gears Esports. And that is a Jerry Lawler tombstone power. That's a pile driver, not a tombstone. That's just a pile driver. Jerry Lawler special out of Memphis, Tennessee, getting another dub.
Jerry Lawler, man. Doesn't he do, what does he do now?
He just does appearances. He don't do no more
Does
commentary.
he do appearances?
He does he does like the pre-show for the pay-per-views, but not really like anything special. They basically bring him on for a cheap pop. He's Jerry the King Lawler. We all know him. We all love him.
I will say WWE does that very well, don't they? When it comes to like kind of bringing in talent, whether it's for a match, whether it's for appearances, They do a good job with that. You know, I kind of like how they keep everybody involved. I know it's sidetracking, but hey, Rise, they give back that trash talk because Noble did it. They've won one round, and that one round they won, they did not waste the opportunity to rip off the head of one of the Rise members, okay? So I respect it. Noble's definitely getting in when they can. Awkward, a little bit of an awkward battle between Cellz and Icy. Who's going to hit the first shot? Clearly Icy. And now he's going to double back to help Rushiez for the torque bow. And this could put Morty in a terrible spot. And Icy will get the elimination lava taken down from DeToX. And DeToX wants a little bit more. He's going to pressure into Moaries. And I think the torque bow got him before he could. That's 5-1. And Rise looking to take this series 2-0 already.
I mean, they are well within their rights to go ahead and finish this off and try to get to a map 3 and Escalation there on training grounds. They need one more round. Real quick, if we can get Ribs to bring up the leaderboard after the round gets ready to start up. Avexys is playing with 3 assists, 2 downs. He has no kills to this point, so he's playing a swing position. Tomorrow, we're going to see just how valuable Avexys' position is on the map. Everybody's going to look at that goose egg for the kills, and they're going to assume that he's getting trounced here in map 2. Reality, he's got 2 downs at least, so he's done enough, maybe even that 599 HP to get that down. He's not getting the kill, this full 600 on a spread, but he's doing enough to keep himself useful to his teammates, allowing himself to rotate around and keep his teammates in fights longer.
Oh, he wants it. Great shot to get the heady. He charged it forever. DeToX. Great shot. Oh, it's over. Oh, Moaries is already down, and Rise letting him know. You hate to see it. You really do. I thought Noble was going to perform a lot better, but Icy's dropping the money, man, and showing him, look, we're the kings. We're the kings. We got this. Noble, you are no challenge at all. That's Rise taking a 2-0 lead pretty handily. 300-134 on Regency. Tomb obviously 6-1. And Rise leading 2-0. Noble needs to step it up. Training Grounds Escalation coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome to Gears Pro League Split 3 Phase 2 Day 7. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by Colin the Crow Clark in a very quick 2 maps, brother. Regency 300-134. Rise takes that. And then Tomb 6-1. Rise takes that. They're up 2-0.
You played 2 maps, Taylor?
If you blinked, you missed it. Someone in chat's been saying that nonstop, by the way. I hate to laugh. I really do. I really do.
You laughed. I didn't. I grimaced. Okay, I grimaced. You laughed.
You grimaced. Okay. You know, I like the laugh. That's just. By the way, that hold from DeToX, such a good job. But he also had a teammate to his right, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from Tomb. I appreciated how well Rise played this as a team. You know, you had Rushiez flanking. They did a great job fighting that mid fight. Normally doing a wonderful job, whether it be getting the team pick up and another one would drop. But more importantly, I think every time a member from Rise was in a fight, they had another member there ready to bait and switch or just be there for assistance in general. Rise played together as a team and they did it incredibly well. Noble, not really a good matchup, at least from Tomb execution. But like I said, they made sure to rip the head off of one of the Rise members off that round they won. So they definitely got their taunting in, okay? They made the most out of that one round they won.
Hey, look, when you send a message, you got to make sure you send it. I don't care if it's by message in a bottle, telegraph. I don't care if it's carrier pigeon. Look, shout out one time John Wick. He had the King of the Pigeons or whatever it was, played by Lawrence Fishburne. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. But look, Training Grounds could be a different story. You called it last week. I'm going to say it. Noble is a lot better at Escalation Training Grounds than a lot of these other teams believe they are. They should be a lot closer, but I really expect maybe there's a chance that Rise says, you know what, screw it. You're going to have to fight me. You're going to have to fight me. Put that snipe down, that M-bar down, some frag grenades, a couple of retros somewhere down the map.
I think the biggest takeaway is Rise at this point feels unstoppable. You know, and they have been, right? They won Regency convincingly. They won Tomb convincingly. The way they played Tomb was hopefully characteristic of how they played in the future and how they continue to play it right. But Rushiez doesn't make a flank like that against other teams, in my opinion. I don't think he does. But the reason why he did that is because he felt confident and he knew that no one could really challenge him in that moment. So at this point, yes, Noble is a phenomenal Training Grounds team, and they show that during E-Days. They played Training Grounds Escalation to a T, but Rise has the confidence and the momentum that once they get that ball rolling, it's hard to stop them. And you know that.
Oh, it's definitely hard to stop him. I was going to say that's my big worry point. for Noble on this map because of the fact that Noble did win 3 first bloods, but only converted one of those rounds with only a 33.3 repeating chance to convert those rounds after a first blood. They not only have to win the initial, but they got to win it pretty dominantly here. We got a triple cap domination being threatened. Lava's going to throw the flash a little bit short, roll into the hill, get the reset. 2 more players are going to come off a respawn. Cellz will be up in just a moment. They're going to try to just fly at him the up end of the hill. Rushiez taunting a little bit, maybe even too long. He did get full redded. 1 more second could have been down and dead, but another clean sweep thus far. Moaries said, please, Lava, come off spawn a lot quicker than that, buddy. I'm going to need your help.
Well, like we said, man, Rise, once they get that ball rolling, brother, they get that confidence, they are hard to stop. They are a different beast. I can't believe that was round 1 with the stats that Rise has. Their stats looking incredible. I saw, I think Avexys was 6 assists as a whole, and that's going to pay dividends. And again, one of the things Rise loves to do is they place a Shocker and Ensign mid-line, which some teams struggle to battle against that. Noble, they're going to meet, or they're going to match the Boltok and Boltok, but hey, I say let's get the party started with the midline stuff off the rip. Why not?
I mean, look, if anybody's going to get this party started, it's going to be me. I brought nachos, okay? I'm telling you right now. You know that's the party starter. You got nachos up in this mug. Hey, look, and they ain't just regular nachos. They like them fiesta nachos where you got meat on them. You got jalapeno poppers. I got everything on them. Look, I stacked them things up. My poor wife, I'm going to be in there like dueling trumpets later. I'm going to be ripping them, man. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, boy. But I'm telling you, Morty, he's made it bad at the top of the overlook. That's 3 quick kills. They gotta worry about DeToX over at the B Hill. He's gonna try his best to keep this kind of neutralized for a while to let his teammates come back off a respawn. He gets 1. He's gonna challenge on the Lava. Lava rolls back, playing defensively, wins that sucker. Able to fight over to the next one.
And Morty's been the guy who's quite honestly been the hero in that moment. Unfortunately, he will lose his life, but the big thing, the big takeaway is Noble wins the initial. They've got the 2-to-1 setup. Now they just got to stop Rise on their retake, which of course is going to be on Overlook here on you. Lava at the forefront going against Rushiez. Moaries pinned down below, and he's going to be isolated and taken down. Cellz forced to pick up, but will ultimately get the finish onto Rushiez, which is going to make Avexys' life very difficult because you got Avexys on one and Icy on the other, but looks as if they put him into the fatal funnel. Make it happen, Captain, and they're going for the overextension. Player 8 just has to get through Morty, and once he's gone, Rise could threaten a domination.
And DeToX said, hey, I got some help coming over in just a moment. Rushiez going to be able to...
Oh my.
Rushiez was, I mean, he was quick. That Black Steel Savage Candace was moving. He was grooving. My man looked like a Lambo, had the engine pushing him, not pulling him.
Does Avexys back away from? I don't think he does. At this point, Rise is sticking every fight. Like, that's what I'm saying. They're sticking every fight, and they're winning them.
You ever been playing with house money, Taylor? You ever just been playing with house money?
Never been so blessed.
They feel like they playing with house money right now. They got chips just in the middle of the table. They don't know who they belong to, but they putting everything on red. They saying Rise, baby, Rise.
When I walk in, they say, hey, we got another sucker, man. They don't say, hey, let's give this guy some money because we want to keep him around. Okay, because I'm only putting $50 on the slot machines and I'm out. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Hey, look, there's no shame in that understanding. There's no shame. When you understand the position you in, there's no shame in that. I'm a blackjack man myself. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm a blackjack.
I like Texas Hold'em. I actually don't even play the slots. You know, I go in there.
Oh well, you know, Icy's a little bit of a poker player. Y'all might want to hook up. Y'all might want to link up, baby. He's got the prowess though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen Icy's poker face before. I don't know. I don't even know if his name is Nick no more. Like he looked at me one time. He told me his name. I was like, you sure about that, cuz?
As long as he keeps it friendly, it's no Wild Bill Hickok out here and he pulls out a Nasher at the table because I took all his money. Look, I'll be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I don't want to mess with Ice. That's a mean man. Long shot placed down low. Noble starts us off, which, hey, I wanted them to do that. Rushiez having a hard time getting out of here, but he does have some help. He's got the angle as well to maybe take off one of the heads. He goes for that reaction shot. He wanted it. He really did. I wanted it too, but the big takeaway, he gets away, only sends one shot out there, and now they can battle against Noble.
I love that he pulls the snub after trying to hit that body shot. He's going to continue to apply pressure, push him back toward the overlook. Rise has won the B hill, and Rushiez can rotate over here, holding on to the long shot, and just help out. All he's got to do is find a little bit of an angle. All he's going to see is the top of the dasher. That's a perfect position. Lava doesn't have to move. He can get the decap. He's got help from the overlook if he needs it. As long as he doesn't switch shoulders, nothing. He won't get shot up. He cannot get his head blown off right here.
Whew. Tries to get that pick. So now you see Lava instantly goes forward to take another position. He says, I'm not going.
Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it.
I guess he should. I thought he was going to be safe there, but I guess you could snipe over the. Come on, Moaries! Do it to him. First it was Morty, now it's Moaries. The double M crew going in, making it happen. It's tied up. I can't believe it. Nobody able to get the neutral, but hey, Noble has no time to really think about that. They go for the overextension. Meanwhile, Rice 3 strong on B. Surely that's enough to get it.
I was about to say, what do you mean you guess you can shoot over that cover? Taylor, you know better than anybody. You were in the
I didn't
army,
want to be
baby.
Controversial.
If you were second story, as somebody's first story behind a windowsill, guess what you can do? You can shoot down on him. I promise you that. Elevation helps at all times.
Well, I mean, Cellz, he just exemplifying that. I mean, he was on a half story and he was still able to get the head off of one.
You gotta find those little picks. If you can see it, you can shoot it. I like the way they changed that about this game. It's less about hiding. It's forcing you to take true cover. You can't take half covers and feel safe no more. You got to take a true cover. You got to be tactical about how you retake in the defensive positions you set up in, or you can find yourself on all fours crawling around, losing your home hill over to Rise.
Yeah, losing the home hill, but Noble's got a good size lead. Surely that's enough to keep the win condition, and it will be. So Rice needs to get over towards Charlie, get the decap if they can. Icy, very sneaky. Morty, though, will spot him, and I will say, for this round, Morty's been playing well, but that was the elimination he needed. Granted, Rice still needs to get on B because player 4 Moaries finds a way to get over there. But was the decap enough? I don't think it was to give the win condition back over towards Rice. Noble still sitting pretty, but a lot of fights need to be won. And DeToX is by himself at a 1v3. He's down, and that should keep it, and it will keep the win condition to Noble. They're finally going to get a point on the board.
Yeah, they're going to finally get this at 250 points. Beautiful job to just continue to kind of elongate this round out. They did the little breakthrough play over to B, which spread the forces of Rise. They couldn't continue to focus everything over to the home hill. That's the right play call in that situation. It gives your 2 players at the home hill a much better shot in a 2v1 rather than a 2v2. Excellent play call by Noble to send that 1 player over to B.
Yeah, excellent play call. Keeping the round alive. Look, they didn't have to win the team fight. They just had to be smart, right? They just had to play objectively. It wasn't an easy round for Noble, but it was a pretty confident round, I would have to say, winning by about 50 points. Rice not able to flip that win condition, and there was a big battle, a big stalemate. And obviously the overextension from Noble was what won it. Now, granted, they did not win the long shot, but it at least deviates that initial, right, from that standard overlook fight now down low, which could be enough to give Noble the added edge. But business as usual for Rushiez. He's going to be the first one to go down and wins the fight against Morty. Second round, Moaries goes in, and Rushiez says, I can do this all day, brother. Keep sending bodies my way.
I mean, he's hoping he does. Rushiez gets another quick pick there on the long shot. Lava now in a 2v1. Little back A out. It's going to go for the double bounce into the up A. I love the way he's played. That's very defensive, but he continues to body check both of those players. He's not going to give them either of a chance to push up into their grill, try to get those shots on. He's got to rotate back over quickly, though. He doesn't get that shot either. Rushiez is, I mean, he hit one really beautiful long shot, headshot over the top of the cover on the Lava. But outside of that, I mean, he's really wasted a lot of them. And I would have to probably assume about a 308 caliber. I'm huge, baby. He's throwing out some shells with that sucker.
Avexys takes down Cellz. Lava, he's about to get snuck up on, turns around and takes down Rushiez, who had the element of surprise. Big elimination from him. That gives Noble a definitive control of Overlook and also definitive control of the 2-1, leaving Rise to go for a retake once again. They did this a couple of rounds ago, Colin, and they did it very, very well. And if you remember, Moaries was the guy who was isolated. Then Rise slowly worked their way up with DeToX on one end, Icy on the other. But it seems as if they're not going to go and headbutt for that Overlook fight. They want B, and they want to overextend their way through. They're not even going to worry about B, matter of fact. They want to get Morty out of the way and then maybe double back.
Well, if they kill him, they can overextend both sides of the map. They can pressure from 2 different sides. Icy's going to get tagged up here. He has to worry about the double push from Lava and one other. It's going to be, I believe, Moaries with him. Lava tries to go for the up A, hits a full spread, or excuse me, Icy goes to the up A, hits the full spread, but doesn't get the kill. be in the home hill of Noble in favor of Rise now, and they have a chance to come back in this, but they're going to have to pretty much solidify this for the next minute or so, give or take. They get squished here, though, momentarily, as you see two players from Noble are starting to press back against them in the middle of the map, and now it's 4 players here at C. There's 4 players from Noble at C. Rise could literally go wherever they wanted if they wanted to go anywhere else on the map, but they get squished in between all 4. They get taken down and out. Noble will maintain their lead and get the snipe in the hands of Cellz.
And also get their hands on B. Great breakout from Noble. They had the point lead. Now they have control, and Cellz is connecting body shots. At least trying to keep their heads down. Rushiez, he can't confidently push up anymore. Rise in a pretty tough spot, forced to go for the overextension. Noble takes down any Rise member, it's over with. And speaking of which, Rushiez will be dropped off the map. This might be over with.
Yeah, it's going to take a Herculean effort. Another body shot out on an Icy. That's going to be a quick, easy down onto him.
Nice.
Cellz is not using this for a highlight. Cellz is using this to solidify a round win. And sometimes that's good enough for any and everybody on the game. You should be happy that he's hitting your shots, making your life easier.
All right, so long shot, didn't think it was going to play much of a role or much of an impact, but clearly it has. It's broke up the fight enough to allow Noble to feel more confident and comfortable. And quite honestly, maybe Rise feels uncomfortable. Yes, they have their shock, but remember, one of the highlight things, one of the signature placements for Rise is to place a shock or an instant midline and get rid of them. Now Rise doesn't have the opportunity to do that, so they got their shock. They're going to build up the Boltok down low for the instant, of course. But one of the things they have to focus on is, just winning this. I mean, honestly, it's not even the long shot. They're winning that convincingly. It's just they're losing the mid and late game. Noble's been playing very well, objectively anyways. And they might get the long shot here, which would be great.
Now you see the flashes out. Icy's going to get that first kill. A second stun comes through. Moaries is going to try to pressure Icy in the backside. Icy just using that strafe, trying to stay alive, trying to keep himself as little damaged as possible as a teammate now. Goes to the backslide. Big back A out of Icy, and everybody talks about how impossible it is to defend that up A, that backslide, but the back A shot there out of Icy, just too picture perfect and too good. Rushiez challenges up now. 3 good shots in by him. Gets the job done. He'll have Sniper and DeToX. Tasmanian Devil himself bouncing around. He's going to get taken out by 2 players from Noble. And Rise is going to have to get back over to the Z hill and start to set up for this retake from Noble. They're going to be coming out of that D hill momentarily.
Oh my Lord, that shot onto Morty. Avexys, I don't even think wanted to shoot that. He just kind of saw it, muscle memory, pulled the trigger, takes the head off. Great position. Good shot from Avexys. And that's just repetition, ladies and gentlemen. Rise, they've got a considerable lead. They're definitely in control of the map. Noble's going to go for a retake. It appears as if maybe for Overlook, Avexys, though, has to be focused. They might do a split push here and go for one for the overextension, one for Overlook, but no, Overlook is going to be the main objective. Avexys does a great job knocking down Moaries, creating that spacing and getting away.
I think Avexys, his job in this position is just rotate out. He needs to keep the sniper kind of safe. It's not in the hands of somebody like Rushiez, who's missed a lot of these body shots. That body shot could have cost Rushiez his life there, though, but that headshot, that should settle the tea kettle of both other players from Noble. Tries to take that extra shot at the angle for the up A. Doesn't get the highlight reel play, but does enough dirty work and keeps those players spread enough for everybody else to win their fights around the map and to put Rise in a position to triple cap, dominate, and make this 3-2.
So that's going to be the case, but Rise wisely backs off. They understand we don't have to overcommit here. No reason to do so. Ball's already in our court. 10 seconds is enough. Noble knows this. They're going to stay put where they currently are. And Rise will take the lead once again. Noble, though, those first 2 rounds was incredible. Second half might play a little bit differently, but Avexys just picture perfect with the snipe calling.
Well, that's one of the things also. I like that they made the play call. Avexys 2 beautiful headshots to shut down a couple of different plays in that situation, and I really think that that's something that teams underestimate. Everybody on Twitter has the quick Twitter fingers to say, man, the long shot is overpowered. The long shot's so easy to use. Look how good I am with it. And then you got kids out here picking it up for no God knows reason and shooting out of shooting 5 out of 6 shots and missing all of them. I mean, that's what people forget. People are so quick to talk about how these pros aren't the best in the world at what they do, and sometimes even the pros struggle with some stuff, and you can see it with the best in the world coming down a lane at you. Rushiez struggled a little bit with that long shot. You get in the hands of somebody like Avexys, who has been known for his power weapon and his precision weapon play, and he will do absolutely nasty things to it.
Rushiez doing his typical thing, getting down low. That stun should let him get away, and it does, just barely, though, full red. But the important part is he does get away, and does he hand it off here? No, he's just going to go ahead and keep it for himself. Fair enough. DeToX is down, maybe playing around a bit too much for that OE, but that was also a good drop and good teamwork from player 3 and 4 on Noble. Meanwhile, now they're going to be able to collapse in, but now you got to meet them head on. Rushiez down low with the snipe. And Rise eventually has to back up and get a home hill. That's going to be player's 8's job. That's DeToX, but Lava's going to try and keep him in check. So for the moment, that fight looks as if it's going well. Maybe for DeToX, misses the shot. Lava capitalizes. Noble keeps the 2-1 on F&D.
And this is where you have to make a decision. If you're Rise, do you send somebody out from the overlook position, give up E-Hill a little bit to try to get a retake on your home? You've got to get the right kind of play call because you got to figure out where the numbers are. You got to figure out where Noble's playing the most of their defense. I think what you do if you're Noble is you're going to set, where is he? Player number 3, Lava, has to have that retro ready to just turn and burn anybody that comes out of that back lane. They're going to send Lava through the middle of the map now. I actually think this is a good little play call. It might give Lava a chance to rotate around on these 2 players. He's playing through those mid stairs. He's going to come up now, and it's going to be a 3-man challenge over here at the E-Hill. Icy now makes it a 2-man challenge. He said, one pull of the trigger, I can turn this push into a straight pull, and now your other 2 players, they're going to find themselves in Hell's Half Acre, and we're going to take them downtown. Julie Brown set up a triple cap domination if they so wish.
Definitely can. This is going to be scary for Noble, Colin. At this point, they're going to be down 4-2 in DeToX. It's a great shot. And that early lead goes to the wayside, it seems, as one by one they funnel in. Unfortunately, will get dropped and rise up 4-2. Map point, series point. Noble potentially about to lose 3-0 once again.
Right now, if you take a look across the board, 13 assists. Somebody's got double-digit assists. I'm trying to figure out where the lacking might be. I mean, they're not. Noble's put up a great fight.
17 assists for Rushiez and ICG.
Yeah, 10. I was trying to look at Noble, trying to figure out who might need who to pick it up. And Morty, you can't really expect a lot of assists out of him. They kind of put him in that tip of the spear position. His job is to take those early fights. I just think that right now they're just outclassed. I hate to say it that way, but sometimes it's just the way it is. Sometimes there's just a team that's playing better, playing a little bit hotter, and it has nothing to do with what your team is not capable of.
Right.
It's what the other team is able to do.
Yeah, I mean, that is the narrative sometimes, and it's not a cop-out either. I think many viewers can look at that and say, oh, they're copping out, that, they just don't know what to really say about the teams. And no, I mean, it's just Noble plays well. They do. They've shown great promise, but Rise does it better, and I think it's the same thing when they go against, E United or maybe even other rosters. It's just Noble, they've got the fundamentals down. They can slay out with the best of them. They have incredible highlight moments, but certain teams just do it better, and Rise is a good example of that. But still, Noble in it. They haven't lost just yet. They have to be flawless 3 rounds in a row. The possibility is 100% there. One of the things Noble's been doing great on is not necessarily winning the power weapon, but I will say their initial, in terms subjectively, their mid game and even their late game has been pretty solid, and in ways been outclassing that of Rise. It's just Rise finds a way. Great shot from Morty across map, by the way. He goes for round 2 on DeToX. DeToX looks to get away, and nobody else to take down in that moment. It's up to Moaries and co. But Colin, I just think Rise always finds a way to catch and really capitalize more severely on Noble slip-ups.
I think I also like the fact that Noble was able to definitively win that long shot, and it was a little bit of Rise making a weird play call. It was like they were going to try to go for that overextension early, try to put the pressure onto Noble for the home-to-home stretch, and it just didn't come out well for them. They didn't get players in the right positions quick enough, and they got the long shot into the hands of a Mortifies. Tries to get that cheeky little shot over the top. He needs to catch him when he's trying to reload that snub. Double flash should come out here shortly. I think you're going to see a lot of Lancer bait trying to get him to use that last shot so that he doesn't shut him down. I actually... There's a part of me that thinks they got nerdy enough to count the shots and know that he's only got one more attempt at trying to get this push to be shut down. And now we might see the utilities come through and get used.
Yeah, Rise, they're going to have to play this perfectly. They've got the 2-2 split. This is their best chance, but if they lose either fight, they are going to lose this round, and Noble's going to stay alive, bring it 4-3. So Noble or Rise has to be flawless already, though. They lose the E fight call, and that's going to be GG Rise again. They needed to win both of these fights convincingly, get a domination, but they lose both of the fights. Very well done from Noble and Co.
It's 4-3, and something I'd like to point out to you is out of the three out of the 4 rounds that Rise has won have been by triple cap domination.
Right,
They've only had to go to 250 one time, and Rise also has the only retake in this game. Noble, I've kind of given them the initial in 4 out of these 7 rounds that have been played, but they gave up 1 over to Rise. Rise with that beautiful late game retake that we saw there in round number 2. All of Noble's wins, though, off of 250. They've had to elongate these rounds. They've had to force Rise to fight for every inch.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. When it comes to Rise winning rounds, it's not like they're dominating those rounds. Yes, they're winning in a way of domination, but that's because they're capitalizing off of maybe a mistake from Noble, and they do it in a severe way. But I do believe Noble objectively, and honestly, team-wise, has been done fairly well. I really do. Again, Rise might be doing it better, but Noble is hanging in there. And when they do elongate the rounds, Rise does struggle against them. Bottom line, period. They really do. You know, so that's the thing about Noble. If they can keep these rounds going, which is funny because that's normally in kind of Rise's wheelhouse, has it not been historically, right? The longer the rounds go, Rise gets better. But it seems like the longer the rounds go, the narrative is that Noble gets better. They just got to find a way to keep these rounds going. And another great start. They get the 2-1, even though Icy gets the long shot. Objectively, Noble is ahead of the game.
Yeah, Noble gets 2 kills and they get 2 hills. Body shot there on the lava, trying to shut him down from lancering on to Rushiez. And this might be a quick round if they want to challenge this. Only 2 players alive. They get them marked out. They're trying to get up into position here. Lava's going to have to challenge from the backside of the map almost simultaneously to try to get pressure onto both of these players. Here comes the Incendiary, the shock out as well. Team fire is turned on, so those utilities are going to hurt you bad, baby. Here comes the flash, the dash. They're going to try to get into this hill one more time. Not going to get the reset fully. They will actually get the reset from, I believe it was Rushiez coming in from the backside of the hill, but that's going to get shut down. And Noble, they tie this up. Their first round of triple cap domination comes in the way of round number 8, so we go to a round 9, all tied up. Can Rise finish this off 3-0, or are we going to have to see a second control?
You know, one of the things that Rise has done historically, too, and I hate to say this, is, you know, be on map point, but ultimately end up losing. It's kind of like the Rise special. Now, this is one of those moments where Noble can absolutely come back, which they have. They sent it to round 9, and let's not forget, too, Rise did burn through their disable before, and they got rid of the shock. So now Rise, they're not going to have a shock for this round. Not that it's played too much of an impact, but it does have its moments where you could, in fact, swing the odds in your favor with the well-placed shock. Long Shot's now going to have 9 rounds. A lot of firepower to have. Rise has been consistently winning it, but I would love to see them put more emphasis on the objective, and that's where Noble's been shining.
Smokes are going to come out here, and it's a great decision because it clogs up that sight line. They know that one player is going to be in there. The Incendiary is going to block his exit. That seems like a waste of utility to me. I really do not like. And then you throw a flash while the incense still up. Shame on you, Rise. Can't wait to see y'all in control.
Yeah, might be going to that point, quite honestly. I mean, Noble, again, in the past couple of rounds they played, in general, and you pointed out, Colin, the rounds that they've won, they've done so in a controlled fashion, elongating the rounds, right? They just look good. They really have. And now the fact that they're winning the initials, that was something that Rise was holding on to, right? Their initials were strong. Noble, they didn't have strong initials. Therefore, at times, they would have to play catch-up or look at an early domination. Not the case anymore because Noble wins the last 2 initials and the sniper, or at least gets the sniper out of the way. But will Rise be able to turn things around? Still a lot of round to be played in round 9, Colin. And at this point, Rise does a great job at establishing control on the 2-1, but you have to focus on Rushiez. He's now in a 1v2.
Rushiez going to have some help from the Overlook as well, and they're going to actually rotate players over to try to help him. Icy tries to push up around that corner. But the angle from the opposite heaven just too good right now to really keep him stood up and stood out of this hill. Smoke out of the back will clog the Lancer lanes, but great little mark out and a good body shot will get that first kill. They see Cellz in the back cubby corner. Big body shots onto him. Double kill out. E-Hill being challenged by Moaries. He's going to go down. And right now, the only player alive on the map is Lava, and Lava's going to have to come off a respawn to challenge up. He's trying to get back into this home hill. Decap comes through. Icy now challenging him. L triggers out. Hits 2, hits 3, gets the help from the top, and gets the meat shield. They might get another reset here thanks to Morty. They will get the reset. Cellz, he's going to try his hand at it, rolls into the hill. That's not going to be enough. He's going to go down and get chopped up. That should be the round and the map and the series. Rise wins it 5-4, 3-0.
5-4-3-0 and Rise, showing why they are the definitive second-ranked team currently behind that of E United, without question. Well done from Rise, and they played that well. Even though they slip up, Noble, you know, I think that speaks more volumes about them. You said it best, right? When it comes to Escalation, Noble, they're a phenomenal team because of their teamwork and their objective play. And that objective play shined through so often during that Training Grounds Escalation, but Rise, they had that early lead. They only needed one more round to win. Noble was playing catch up basically very early on. And Rise wins the series 3-0, which is great for Rise. But again, for Noble, it's heartbreaking. That is now their, fifth series they've had to play in Pro League, and their fifth series that ended in the way of 3-0.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for them. I feel for those guys on Noble. There are a lot of talented players over there. And even though they're getting closer in these maps, even though they're putting up great fights, it's just not able to close these maps. It's not able to close these series out to give them a chance to really get ahead in these series, to put the pressure on their opponents. I don't know how long they're going to be able to go back to the drawing board, but it just seems right now they just got to figure out how to learn to close.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, they have to learn to close. You can say that for Training Grounds, but the control and execution was a blowout, right? Rise won Control Regency 300 to 134. Rise also won Tomb 6-1. So at that point, it's not really closing out, is it? Now, Training Grounds, yes, but just Noble, there's just things going wrong for them. There's things going, like their Escalation I believe in, but their control and their execution something is lacking. It really is. I don't know when Noble's going to get their first map win. Again, they've had to go through Murder's Row. In my opinion, it still continues because Rise is a part of that Murder's Row. They're in second place for a reason. Second place MSP. They're an incredible team, an incredible roster in general. Very powerful when they start filling themselves. They do things like they did in the series, Colin. But hopefully things start to shape up in their other matches or their other series, which are going to be coming up. I do believe their second half of Phase 2 is going to be a lot more successful than their first.
And they've got to find a win. I think I need to look at their schedule going forward in this split, in this phase, because I think you're going to kind of see them start to weigh their options on which matches they might want to throw out a different map cycle on, try something a little bit off the wall to catch a team off guard. Other maps, you might have to just go with your standard, what you're most used to, what you're probably got your best ability on for Noble, because you want to find a bunch of wins. You want to be able to put up a fight to not go back into relegation, because